Have you ever felt your heart start pounding the moment you walk into a room full of people? Maybe it's a networking event, maybe it's a date, maybe it's just speaking up in front of colleagues. Your chest tightens, your breath gets shallow, and your mind starts spinning blank. You know you have something valuable to say, but in that instant, all you can think about is how fast your pulse is racing, how everyone might be watching, how you want to disappear. And the more you try to calm down, the worse it gets. If that sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're experiencing your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do. Social fear is not a sign of weakness, it's your survival wiring. But here's the incredible news. With one specific breathing cue, you can flip that survival wiring off and step into presence and confidence within seconds. Let's unpack this, because once you understand the mechanism, the solution becomes almost effortless. When you feel fear in a social situation, what's really happening is your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode, has taken control. Your heart races to pump blood. Your breathing becomes rapid and shallow to flood you with oxygen. Your body prepares you to run or fight. Useful if you're facing a predator, not so useful if you're just trying to introduce yourself to someone. But the nervous system has a natural break, the parasympathetic system, often called rest and digest. And the fastest way to activate it is through your breath. Not positive thinking, not willpower, but a physical cue that tells your body, "We're safe. Stand down." The structure I want you to remember is simple. Exhale, hold, reset. 3 steps, 1 cue, instant presence. This is your framework for killing social fear. Step 1, exhale. Most people think calming down is about taking a deep breath in, but the truth is, the exhale is the signal your body listens to most. When you lengthen your exhale, your vagus nerve, the highway of your parasympathetic system, fires and slows your heart rate. So in the moment of fear, instead of gulping air, you breathe out slowly, as if you're releasing a long sigh. Empty more air than feels comfortable, like you're deflating. This alone will start lowering the adrenaline spike. Step 2, hold. At the bottom of that exhale, pause for just a moment. This tiny hold gives your body a chance to reset the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide in your blood. It interrupts the panic cycle and tells your brain, "We are not suffocating. We are in control." It only needs to be a beat or two, not long enough to strain, just enough to shift gears. Step 3, reset. After the hold, allow a calm, natural inhale through your nose. Not a gasp, not a forceful pull, just a gentle filling. Then repeat. Exhale long, hold briefly, reset with a calm inhale. 2 or 3 cycles of this cue is often all it takes. You'll feel your chest loosen, your heart slow, and your mind clear. Suddenly, you're not frozen anymore. You're present. You can make eye contact, you can speak, you can connect. The fear dissolves not because you suppressed it, but because you rewired it at the source. Let's make this real with an example. Imagine you're about to introduce yourself in a group. You feel the heat rise in your cheeks, your breath is racing. Instead of letting it spiral, you silently exhale fully, pause at the bottom, then inhale gently. While others are talking, you repeat the cycle once or twice. By the time it's your turn, your body has shifted from panic to calm. Your voice comes out steadier, your presence feels grounded. The difference is night and day, and no one around you even noticed what you did. Now here's why this works so reliably. Your breathing is one of the few functions in your body that is both automatic and voluntary. It runs without your attention, but you can also take control. And when you do, it gives you a direct line into your nervous system. Think of it like having a volume knob for fear. Shallow, rapid breaths turn the volume up. Slow, extended exhales turn the volume down. Every time you use this cue, you're sending a signal louder than the fear. We are safe, we belong, we can connect. That's why the effect is so fast. You're not reasoning with fear, you're switching it off at the circuit level. You might be wondering, what if the fear is overwhelming? What if my body ignores the cue? That's a fair concern, but here's the key. It doesn't matter how anxious you feel, your body cannot resist the physiological effect of the exhale. It may take a few cycles, but your heart will slow, your chest will open, your brain chemistry will shift. It's biology, not belief. And the more you practice this cue outside of high-pressure moments, the more automatic it becomes when the pressure is on. It's like rehearsing a dance move. You wire it in until your body does it without thinking. There's another layer here that makes the cue even more powerful, pairing it with intention. While you exhale, hold, and reset, bring your mind to the present moment. Instead of rehearsing what others might think, feel your feet on the floor, notice the weight of your body, anchor your attention to now. Fear thrives in the future. What if I embarrass myself? but presence lives in the now. When your breath and your awareness meet in the present, fear has nowhere to stick. You're simply here, breathing, steady, open. And from that place, social interaction stops being a threat and becomes an opportunity. Think about how this could change your daily life. No more dreading introductions. No more freezing when attention turns to you. No more walking away from conversations thinking, I wish I had shown up differently. Instead, you have a switch you can flip in seconds. A conversation with a stranger becomes lighter. A meeting becomes a chance to share instead of survive. A social event becomes a space where you can connect, not hide. This one cue doesn't just calm you down, it gives you back your voice. It allows you to step into the room as yourself, not as your fear. There's something else remarkable about this breathing cue. It doesn't just calm you down in the moment, it rewires how your brain remembers social experiences. Normally, when you enter a stressful interaction in fight or flight mode, your brain encodes that moment as threatening. That's why the next time you face a similar situation, fear rushes in even faster. But when you use the exhale-hold-reset pattern, you experience the situation in a calmer state. Your brain encodes it not as danger, but as safe. Over time, you're not just surviving social moments, you're retraining your nervous system to see them as normal, even enjoyable. This is how confidence is built, not from eliminating nerves, but from consistently showing your body that you can handle them. Now imagine how this changes your story. Let's say you've spent years avoiding eye contact, skipping chances to speak up, holding back in conversations because the fear always wins. With this one cue, you have a way to interrupt that cycle in real time. And the more you use it, the less power fear has over you. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about uncovering the presence that was already there, hidden under the noise of adrenaline. You don't need to fake charisma or rehearse lines. You just need to show up with a body that tells your brain, we are steady, we are safe, we are here. That presence is what people feel as confidence, and that presence is available to you in seconds whenever you breathe this way. Let me take you deeper into why the exhale is the secret weapon. Your heart and lungs are linked through something called respiratory sinus arrhythmia. That means every time you inhale, your heart rate goes up slightly, and every time you exhale, it goes down. When your exhale is short and shallow, your heart stays elevated, fueling anxiety. When you stretch the exhale, your heart rate naturally lowers, sending a cascade of calm through your body. Add the small pause at the bottom of the breath, and you amplify the signal even more. It's like flipping a switch that says, no threat here. The beauty is, you don't need to believe it for it to work. The physiology handles the rest. Your body convinces your mind, not the other way around. Now think about the bigger picture. Most people spend years running from social fear, avoiding opportunities, dreading conversations, holding themselves back. They believe confidence is some personality trait they either have or don't. But the truth is, confidence is a state and states can be shifted. The breathing cue gives you proof. Each time you use it, you step into a different state, calmer, clearer, more grounded. And the more often you step into that state, the more it becomes your default. This is not about becoming fearless. It's about becoming free. Free to connect, free to speak, free to be seen without your body shutting you down. Here's how I want you to use this today. Pick one moment where you normally feel social tension. It could be making a phone call, asking a question, or walking into a group. The instant you feel your chest tighten, apply the cue. Exhale fully, hold briefly, inhale calmly. Do it 2 or 3 times right there, then step into the interaction. Notice how your voice sounds steadier, how your eyes can meet others, how your words come easier. That's not luck. That's you taking control of your nervous system. That's the breathing cue in action. And once you've seen it work in a small moment, you'll trust it in bigger ones. That trust is the foundation of real confidence. The truth is, fear will always knock at the door when you step into social situations. But now you have a choice. You don't have to let it take over your body, your mind, your presence. You can meet it with a breath that says, I am here, I am safe, I belong. That's what kills social fear, not erasing it, but transforming it. So the next time your heart races and your mind freezes, remember this: you don't need to wait for confidence to arrive. You can breathe it into existence. Exhale, hold, reset. 3 steps, a few seconds, and fear dissolves into presence. Try it today and feel what it's like to step into the room not as your fear, but as yourself. Because that's who people want to meet, and that's who you were meant to be all along.